In this video, we will be going over lesson 14, which is about unit rates in diagrams and tables. Our first question here says to examine the diagram which shows the seating arrangement in a meeting room for two different size groups. Are these arrangements proportional? Why or why not? So what we want to do here is find the unit rate for these little dots, which I'm assuming represent the people that are sitting, so it's a seating arrangement, and how many tables there are. So remember, let's find out how many people can sit at one table, okay? Alright, so let's look at this first one here, okay? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people for every two tables. And for this one over here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 people for every three tables. So let's reduce them to have a 1 in the denominator, right? This simplifies. 10 over 2 simplifies to 5 over 1. 15 over 3 simplifies to 5 over 1. So yes, these two seating arrangements are proportional because the ratio of people to people or people to tables is the same. So when you're asked if they are proportional, you are looking to see if they have the same unit rate. If they have the same unit rate, then yes. If they do not, then no. Our next question wants to know which table represents a proportional relationship. So here we need to put all of these tables into y over x and simplify them. Okay, when you have a table, your x comes first and y comes second. So here I'd have 1 over 1, 15 over 15, and 25 over 22, 46 over 39. Remember, I'm putting these in the form y over x, which is what we talked about in that last video. So when I look at this first table here, 1 over 1 gives me 1, 15 over 15 is also going to reduce to 1 because it's the same numbers, but I see here, right here, this 25 over 22, this is not going to give me 1. So since these numbers in this table do not reduce to the same exact number, that makes this not proportional. Let's look at this one over here. I have 8 over 12, 14 over 21. Let's start with just 2, because as soon as we find one that's not the same, that means that it's automatically out. So if I have 8 over 12, you can type this into a calculator to help you simplify it if you would like. This does simplify to 2 over 3. 14 over 21 also simplifies to 2 over 3. On this top one here, I can divide top and bottom by 4. And on this second one, I divide top and bottom by 7. If I do 22 over 33, this gives me 2 over 3. I'm dividing top and bottom by 11. And on the very last one, 40 over 60, this also gives me 2/3, which means that this table here is going to be proportional because all of these ratios right here all simplify to the same exact fraction. Our next question says, examine the diagram and which one represents the price of apples in the grocery store. If the prices are proportional, what is the value of P? So for this problem, we need to set up ratios from the diagram that we're given. So it looks like we were given two different sets of data. On this first set here, I have 6 apples, right? Because each of these little dots represents an apple, and I can buy all 6 for $4.50. Remember that when you are writing your ratio, money always goes on top. So I have 450 over 6 apples. And on this other side, I don't know what the price is, right? I don't know what this price P is. However, I do know how many apples I'm buying from these dots. I'm buying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 apples. So I'm going to put 9 on the bottom. And there's two different ways you can solve this. You can either do a proportion like this, or you can find the unit rate given this side over here, and then just multiply it by 9. I am going to find the price of one apple because I think that's easier, because there's not a clear number to multiply 6 times this to get to my 9. So I'm going to find my unit rate. So I'm going to divide by 6 on top and bottom. Sorry, my 4 looks a little weird here. There we go. Since I am dealing with decimals, I am going to type this into a calculator just to make sure I don't make any silly mistakes. So 450 divided by 6 gives me 0.75. So that means if I pay 75 cents for one apple, if I am buying 9, all I need to do is take that 0.75 and multiply it by 9. And that is going to give me the price of P. So 0.75 times 9 gives me 6.75. So $6.75 is how much I would pay for all 9 of those apples. Our next one says, examine the diagram which represents the number of points scored by the Bengal football team after 3 games and after 10 games. How many points did the Bengals score per game? So in this question, remember all the way back to our beginning about unit rates in lesson 12, whenever you see this word per is asking you for every one. Okay, per is also another way of telling you to find the unit rate. Okay, so with these questions, you only really need to pick one set of data because you'll get the same answer with both. And I'm going to pick this side over here just because the numbers are smaller. So I want to know how many points the Bengals scored per game. So it looks like here they scored 63 points and over 1, 2, 3 games, right? There's 3 X's. I want to know how much they scored for every one game. So I'm going to divide by 3 on the bottom and I'm going to divide by 3 on the top. And this is going to give me 21 points. For these questions, guys, I highly recommend using a piece of paper and a pencil to write this down and actually go through and work out what you're doing in each problem. I can't do these in my head. I have to see what is happening and I have to see the ratios and I have to see what I'm dividing by. Otherwise, I'll make a mistake or I'll forget something I'm supposed to do, or I might divide in the wrong order. So writing these questions down is very, very helpful. Okay, that is it for lesson 14. If you have any other questions, please let me know.